Full time of the year, a show that I've written from the ground up, touching on topics of things we all know from Christmas. Yeah, singing different Christmas songs and things of that sort, popular music that we all know. But I also took a moment to insert some things about stories that we thought we knew oh so well. So we added some edges in there to give it a different pop for Christmas. Some R&B, some gospel, some rock, some traditional music, some classic holiday music. So, hope you enjoy it. Now that we have the ingredient, make sure you go over. This has to be here, make sure it's not down here. This should be like in front of your forehead.
Very good. They work very hard. Everyone works very hard.
I think my son was great. I always thought I was a talented kid.
Wonderful things that Kips does for our members.
Facebook and Instagram, and they're so connected, and they're so connected to these devices that they have that it's tough bringing them out of that and getting them to be present here with us.
Calling her. I sure did it. You see, I'm a nice guy, but for some reason,
it's the source of all dance when it comes down to it, and gives them just much more of a presence on stage.
I started at Kips Bay when I was 8 years old. I was in first grade, and my sister actually used to sit with the after-school program with one of the African teachers there, Miss Eleanor Moody. So I would just sit there every week and just watch class and do my homework. And one day, Miss Eleanor said, well, hey, you sit here every week, you sit here and do your homework and you just watch. You should get up and try it. So I'm like, oh, no, you know, just here doing my homework, doing that thing. She said, listen, next week, bring your clothes, try it, there's nothing to lose. So I said, okay. I went in, got up there, we began to stretch, and you know, in African class, there's drums always being played, and the drums started going, and we started doing some shoulder rolls. It was like a Disney movie. I felt like this spell just started happening and my body just started to move. So that's when I began at Kips Bay. From there I would then go to the clubhouse, you know, once a week. They had a little cheese bus that would take us from one side to another, and I would go to Kips Bay, and she showed me there, you know, junior K company and K company, and it began from there.
I remember Brett when he was here, when we were both here. He was younger than I am. But he used to dance African when I knew him, and it was like, oh yeah, Brett, African Brett, yeah, all right. Who knew that Mr. Brett Sturgis would turn into this fine dancer, singer, actor? Just kind of blew us all away when I saw him grown. I was like, that is not Brett from Kips Bay. That's crazy.
Brett is phenomenal, very creative, very grand, very grand.
Brett is a very upbeat person. If he doesn't like something, then he doesn't like it. He teaches really fast, so if you want to be taught by him, you need to be a fast learner and be able to pick up his pace.
I didn't even know he could sing. It's absolute craziness. And now he's singing his face and teaching vocal lessons and privates and stuff. It's just amazing how we've all come to kind of, from this world to the professional world together. And you meet each other and you're like, oh my God, I remember you from back when.
So I should hear a breathing gasp before every phrase. So I want to hear everyone breathing in through their nose. And you're not breathing in with your chest. Breathe in with your body, okay?
A lot of the kids that start with me don't have any technique at all. So the most important thing I feel that they need to learn is to breathe. A lot of times they get frustrated because they can't hold notes, but a lot of times it's just a simple reminder of how to breathe from their belly instead of just superficial breaths in the chest.
Brett is just like, he has to be neat and on point. If the move is not looking right, he has to do it over and over and over again until everyone gets it right and precise.
Right? All females. Right? All females. You're gonna start here. Ooh. Veronica, after the 30th anniversary, really was telling me like, hey, we're trying to do things, you know, we're gonna build bigger musicals around here. I'm gonna do vocals, you should be around.
I had been singing since I could remember. And I came in and I sang for Harold back when Harold was the performing arts director. And I auditioned for a play, I believe. I think the first play I did here was Annie back in the day. And I've been a part of their cake company, or I was a part of their cake company ever since.
She was always that one to say, you know, come on, you gotta come on board, it'll be fun, we'll do this, we'll do that. And Veronica's the same way. She's very stern and diligent with the kids. She's, I will say, the softer one. Yes, Veronica, they get you sometimes, the kiddies.
Veronica, I like her as a vocal teacher because she's not like, I've had other vocal teachers in the past where they're like strictly about like technique and you have to do this perfectly, you have to do this perfectly. And she's more like of like a softer like side.
Already seated at the bus stop. Somebody's gonna come in, sit next to that person. Try to make that person leave without touching them.
I always loved singing, I always loved dancing, I always loved acting. But there was one day when I first met Veronica, our teacher, that I was singing to myself because I felt alone since I didn't know anybody there. So I was singing to myself, and then she told me to come to auditions. I was like, audition for what? She was like, a play that we do like starting now and every year after that. So I auditioned for the play, and she literally took her boot and threw it at me. And she said that's a good thing. So
Veronica she's more mellow, like she's more our instructor, but she's also our friend, so we can talk to her about anything. But when it comes to singing, she is strict about it, but she's more, you know, light about it. Like she'll understand and she'll help us and stuff, but she's not Brett.
She works hard. She makes sure those harmonies are aligned. She makes sure these kids know their music. And then that makes my life easier as I'm directing and choreographing and staging to make sure that everyone's ear is on and they know their stuff. So she's just amazing. Loving mother, sweet lady, you know, I do the world for her, anything she says, you know. So Veronica, definitely sweetheart, and she works hard to make sure these kids sound great on stage.
Who comes in, she's got an invitation for a Christmas party. So she's really, really excited about it. She's talking to the audience. So I want to see you guys animated, having a really good time. And we're going to start with...
The new programming consisted of a new division of musical theater. So now, versus just having a dance recital, they wanted to implement a new musical program in there, which would have a younger age group of musical theater kids and an older age group, which would be up to about 18, 19 years old in musical theater, which would happen twice a week. They would get vocals, they would get dance, and they would get acting, aka drama, and make these kids triple threats. So that's what happened. We started molding that, and September rolled around, and we began musical theater, as well as taking the two companies, which is K and Junior K, and bringing them into the normal musical theater class so that they would have that under their belts as well, you know, beyond just being dancers.
And if you want to do this for a living, you can't just dance, you can't just sing, you have to be the total package, the complete package. So that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get them to be good singers, be good dancers, and good actors.
So now everyone is dancing, singing, and acting, whether they liked it or not.
Hello? What she did? I don't know. She cannot do that. She needs to stop.
So on your side, right, all four. Ready? Here we go. Ready? 5, 6, 7 jabs. 1, 2, 3, 6, hop.
All right, this one's gonna be very cool. Check out my Black Widow spider. I named him Killer. Here, you wanna pet him? Hey, see? It's on you right now.
7, 1, 2, 3, ha, ha. Back up, let me see. 6, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, ha, ha. Back up, cool. What inspired me to create this Christmas musical was, I know that most organizations do something around Halloween and Christmas, and for sure at Kips Bay, they do something around Christmas. So this year, instead of doing something just traditional, or doing a couple of songs, or having a couple of numbers, or a little party, we decided to create a musical. So Erica said we want to do something different. You know, we're trying new things. So I said, okay, well, this is what I do. I create corporate events and choreograph different theatrical events and shows. So let me write this musical. Wait. You hear guitar. Boom, 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 boom. Stop. So once you hear guitar, start coming back to life, okay? Let's make it a little comedic. Let's make it a little heartfelt. Let's put a storyline behind it. So we used popular music and different genres of music that are done by well-known artists and implemented them in between the story of this thing I wrote called A Wonderful Time of the Year. 7 more must have been some magic in that most app they found. If you can get past them, get past them so that you're here, out the way, because the singers are there.
What we wanted to do is put together a show, something that the kids can understand and something that the audience can see came from the kids. Because we could have done a Christmas Carol, we could have done something traditional, but we thought it would be really cool to incorporate traditional Christmas carols and maybe some other music that might be appropriate for this season. So we wrote something completely brand new.
You youngsters don't like cold vegetables, buttons on your winter coats, or any type of coal in your eye. I sure didn't. You see, I'm a nice guy, but for some reason, the nice guys always finish last. But if you get on my naughty side, Santa will have you writing letters a million times, just like the fellow who tried to know.
Get the syncopation. Your feet are next to each other. That is the step. Ready? Step tap, step tap, step tap. That means you gotta get that syncopation with your feet. Ready? And 5, 6, 7, move. 1. Big word, technique. I really wanted these kids to understand that it's not just about being a good dancer, a big actor, or just a fabulous singer. I wanted them to grasp the technique of consistency. And as child performers, this is a thing that has to get instilled in them early. Pop, pop, a little faster now. Pop, 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 faster. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, that's the first flow. Step, pop. Lauren, look at you and look at everybody else. You two me now, you're lost. Again, ready? Here we go. 5, 6. Right foot, right arm. Step, back, step, back, step, back. Look, look, then left, hop, left, hop. Look, look. This and this and this and this. Go hop. Woo. Hop. 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 Right, so listen. Left and right and left and right. Go wait. Oh, Lord. Here. Woo. Here. Run, run, run. Knowing your spacing, knowing your choreography with the actors, being consistent, knowing your lines. So I think consistency, diction, and really knowing your staging and choreography was really the base of kind of a chunk of technique we were trying to instill for them to get this show at least up and running.
When we do Frosty and we do fingers, we can't go like this, but we have to put them alive, as he says.
And our faces have
to be very, how do you say, uptight.
Yeah, that's why y'all gotta get that control, pop, 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 so you can stay there for the next 30 counts, ha ha. You gotta be able to stay there.
They do need structure, they do need discipline, self-discipline, and alignment, and really strong movements.
Erica Struby. Growing up, you know, there's definitely an age gap, of course. I'm 31. I don't know how old she is, but I know she's in her 30s, older than me. And, you know, growing up, I didn't hang out with Erica and things like that because we were in company together. But as I returned back to Kips Bay, time and time when I did come to do things for the Boys and Girls Club, we would have our encounters and we would talk more. And what I noticed about Erica is that she goes 1,000% to do bigger and better things in that dance program, even just to stimulate her mind.
She sees all these expressive movements in them that they're definitely able to achieve.
You've got to use your end counts. When you use your end counts, it's going to save your life. You don't use it, you're done. And 3, and 4, and 3, and 4, and.
She doesn't like to do things halfway, and I'm the same way. I like to do things right. I like to go full throttle at it with no blocks and no barriers. And I just need the green flag sometimes, and she's the same way. So I just saw how diligent she was with her job, and in the process, she really wants things to happen. So, you know, she's a go-getter. She still keeps a smile on her face, keeps it professional, but she doesn't play. And again, I'm the same way, so we work really well together. And we're still learning as this relationship grows, how we can learn and work together still.
I've always been an amazing dancer. Again, coming from this club and leaving, you know, when everybody goes to college, and then kind of finding each other again in your lives and your professionals. It's just an amazing thing to see how much talent has come from this club, how much people have been inspired here to go on and have a professional career in the arts.
The day we met, frozen, I held my breath right from the start. I knew that I found the home for my heart beats fast.
Sometimes she is fun, and sometimes she's strict because she doesn't want us to fool around, so she yells a lot so we can get things on point. I like Erica. She's funny. She makes me laugh.
I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more.
In school, I study vocal music where I take a foundations class and I learn how to play piano in school as well. And here in the company, I am a singer where we practice our technique, and I study dance here as well where I take Latin, partnering, and hip hop. As a performer, I feel that like I'm steadily growing because as I was younger, I would sing, but I didn't open myself up to like other forms of art simply due to ignorance. I didn't know about other forms of art. Like I didn't know that there was drama or dance like out there until like recently. So once I found that out, I started like exploring, and I'm liking what I'm doing here.
Ryan is the kind of kid that is very dedicated, very structured. A kid who started out with a lot of problems, social delay, features of autism, speech delay, and obviously today he doesn't have these things, thank God. He's a kid who was able to interact with society, with normal kids, and show his talent artistically.
Like Kips Bay, I never quite came from parents. I just want to be dedicated. It's like dedicate my life to singing. Most of the kids around here have very good potential.
Ryan was very quiet, very shy to himself. He really didn't say much, he really didn't do much. And just seeing Ryan today and doing what he did up on stage is just a totally different Ryan than I knew.
I never gave up on him. I tutored him. I got people to help. And he has overcome all those obstacles. So today he's on the road to college. He's a senior. He's on the honor roll. He's in a musical theater company. And he's performing in many aspects of theater and music. He plays instruments, piano, saxophone. He sings. He's actually dancing, something that I never thought he could do. I think the performing arts have his character has been able to develop. He has been able to interact with other group of students. He's just a normal kid fitting in, and it's just his grades, the self-esteem has allowed him to even excel in all the areas that he was lacking before, especially academically.
Boom, 6, 7, see that? What time is it? Go!
Working on it, so 8 hours.
Almost like 10 minutes that you have to change for Frosty and Rudolph. Dances were late, kids were feeling emotional.
You have that much talent, and you see that vision, and you make it into reality, and that's what happened tonight.
I was told 3 things consistently. I was always told to wake up every morning, throw out the garbage, and to wash your dishes. I want to let these kids know that I will always tell them more than this. I will tell them everything they need to know, and most likely I will tell them a lot of things that they might not want to hear. But this will strengthen their artistry and make them all better and professional performers.
Yay!